Dude, I honestly do not know what we're going to talk about.
Do you not make questions or anything?
No.
Oh my...
Let's just wing it.
Howdy, y'all. You're listening to the Point of View podcast, an in-depth look behind the minds of creators on social media, with your host, Travis Fuentes.
And we're live.
And we're live, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Point of View podcast. We are here in Lubbock, Texas at KTXT, The Raider, 88.1.
Keep it locked to the left, baby.
Keep it locked to the left here in...
No, it doesn't say that on there.
Oh, no. Oh, wait. There it is.
Yeah. Just so you can remember, what the name is.
Yeah.
And that's what we have to read off at the top of every hour. We don't usually have to. We have stuff recorded, but it'll be a legal ID. And it's... You're listening to KTXT Lubbock, or is that what it is? Yeah. This is KTXT here. Lubbock. You're listening to the Raider 88.1. So, yeah.
There you go.
That is what we have to say when we don't have a recorded one play, so we can legally identify ourselves to the FCC.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
We are in the Texas Tech campus right now. Recum Tech.
Guns up.
Guns up.
Don't make me sing the Matador song.
Oh, please don't. And we're, what is this, mass comm major?
This is the Media and
Communications
Communications
building. And we're here. Dude, this is my first time actually, like you already talked and I didn't even introduce you yet. So.
I was going to bring that up, but...
Anyways, we are back with Mr. Andrew Waters.
Sir.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing good.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
You were the first guest back.
Yeah.
Which is kind of impressive. Didn't know if I was going to have you back or not, but...
Yeah, I mean, when my lawyer reached out to you to say that I needed to be back on, I think that was about the time when you realized I needed to be back on.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's been a while since I've seen you.
Not really.
Well, yeah, that's right. I did see you like a couple weeks ago, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, what's new now? This is going to be completely unscripted because we already talked about everything.
Yeah.
In the first one, so now we're just going to catch up and see what you've been doing.
Pretty much, yeah.
So last time I saw you last time we did this was out in Corpus,
Concrete Street,
and a lot has changed recently with you.
Very much so. We could start that day. That day we were at Concrete Street, and Randy Rogers played. Flatland Cavalry was there. Jacob Stelly was there. Great show. Always, yeah. Randy in Corpus is always going to be just a blast. That city adores him.
To be fair, that was like top 10, one of the loudest crowds I've ever been around.
Yeah, I will never understand why Corpus is that way with him, but I love it to death. But that day, like in between Flatland and Randy's sets, the night before, for a little context, Randall King had played at Bristol Street.
Yeah.
And that night of the Randy show, in between Flatland and Randy, I just checked my phone at random. I don't know why. I was just like, there's nothing going on. Like, let me just see if I missed anything. And Mr. Randall King had followed me on Instagram.
Which is so weird because, like, I've known that guy for 3 years and he has not even followed me until I called him out. And he just follows you out of nowhere.
Yeah. But followed me, and I had posted pictures from that night already, and shot me a DM and was just like, hey, like, pictures look really good. Like, are you looking for work? And at that time, I had just finished my undergrad. I had just graduated. I was, like, kind of just trying to figure out what the hell I wanted to do with my life. And so I was like, well, hell yeah, I want work. Like, what do you need? Like, I can leave tomorrow. Like, what do you want? What needs to happen for me to start, like, doing this? And so... yeah, that was the first big thing that happened, and it's wild that it happened that night that we recorded it. Because
so
I don't know if it ever made it in or if I actually said it over this, but...
We touched on it briefly.
I had talked about how, like, I'm not cut out for touring. I don't think I'd ever be cut out for it. I like doing the journalist stuff and just, like, doing house and, like, just kind of having a new sort of challenge, a new sort of set of circumstances every night. But, I took a leap, hopped in a bus with Randall King in Denver, Colorado. And, actually, I went to a little songwriter retreat with him in Austin in that July. Yeah. I'm trying to think who all was there. It was him.
It was him, Brittany.
Britt. Aaron Copeland was there. Love that guy. Wynn Williams, Clay Hollis. I think you know him. Who else was there? Bree Bagwell was there.
She touched in, yeah.
Yeah.
Who else?
I'm trying to think. Logan Tucker and Aubrey Gutierrez. He's a songwriter out of Nashville. Am I forgetting somebody? Oh, Cody Bradley. He's another guy. I think he's from Georgia. Yeah, red beard.
Yep. Funny guy.
Him and Aaron together. Oh my God. Those two guys.
I saw those videos, man. They were so hilarious.
The running joke of everybody just dogging on Clay was so great. And there was one where like Randall, they did a thing a couple times where they like put everybody's name in a hat and you would draw a name and that's whose round you would go in and you'd have a little group of 3.
Start writing.
And the second day, I think, is when they were doing it and like Clay's shaking the hat and Bree Bagwell sitting down and she's just like, please don't say Bree, please don't say Bree, please don't say Bree. And Clay reaches in and says, Bree. She's like, damn it. And like they start kind of talking and Randall looks over, he's like, y'all write together a lot or something? And they're like, what? And Aaron goes, no. Bree just doesn't need a fishing song. She just doesn't need a boat song. and so
to be fair, yes, he does have a lot of boat songs
and a lot of fishing songs, but they're good. Yeah. I enjoy them a lot. But it gets to the end and Randall like kind of has his pick. She's like, I'm going to go with Bree and Clay. Let's go write a beach song. they go upstairs and they didn't write a beach song, but that was a great time. And then trying to think, a couple weeks later, flew to Denver to meet the bus. First weekend was Rock Springs, Wyoming, Billings, Montana, and then Dodson, Montana. 2 of those were festivals. The first one was a fair opening for Cameron Marlowe.
Wow.
That was really fun. Second one was another little festival, but he headlined. It was a weird deal that night because like there was a girl who opened and then Randall played. He was the headliner. And then there was an after party guy who played after that.
What?
And then also Wyatt Flores was playing a venue like right at the end of that street he was playing on that night too.
Parking must have been a pain.
Yeah, well, it was like they'd shut down a street, and I think a lot of people just kind of walked over to it. But yeah, that was a fun time.
Right. It was a festival.
Yeah, and then the next night was in Dodson, Montana, which is a town of like 200 people. I think I saw in the last census, and we had Braxton on that show with us. So getting to see his whole crew there was awesome. But that town was about, I think, 30 miles from the Canadian border is what I got told. Just out in the middle of nowhere. Had zero self-service all day. But I think they told us 900 people showed up to that show, which was wild.
That's funny because that's like double the population. Triple the population of...
I'm trying to think. 200, that's like probably 4 times it, honestly. 4.5 times it if it's like 200.
4, 6... 8,
yeah,
4.1,
something like that.
I don't know. I'm not good at math.
Yeah, but the thing I remember most about that, honestly, is like that first show we played in Wyoming. We were on top of like a gravel, like kind of a caliche lot, so it was super dusty. Second night in Billings, there were a bunch of wildfires, so there's smoke all over the place. And the third night, the stage was on like a horse track, so there's a bunch of red dirt. And I remember like getting out to like get food or get something, and like Randall just opens the bus door and he's like, just shuts it. He's like, can we please play one show next weekend where there's not a pound of fucking dirt all over the place? He's like, allergies can't do this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That does sound like a Randall thing.
Yeah.
It really does.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that was my first experience touring. The next weekend we did Bend, Oregon, did Boise, Idaho, and then Salt Lake City. Those last 2 shows were with Billy Currington.
Pretty much the Northwest. All Northwest. Like all states I'd never been to, all cities I'd never been to, just kind of broadening my horizons a ton. But Billy Currington was the coolest dude.
Yeah. I got to meet him that first night in Boise. Just like really, really laid back, like kind of a surfer dude type vibe, which
he does seem
who
like
would have guessed? But yeah.
Oh, dude, I remember that video you sent me of him in the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That is so hilarious.
Yeah, with him throwing the boots.
Yeah, please explain that.
So with Billy, this is what I think you're talking about.
Yeah,
Billy at the end of
the show.
God. So at the end of the show, Billy's playing We Are Tonight, and like it's a great show. Everybody's like having a blast, and like I think people start kind of realizing like it's going to be the end of the show. So he's at the end of this catwalk, and like people are like holding up boots and hats and like all this stuff they want Billy to sign. And as the song is playing, like Billy notices this and just kind of casually reach over and grab a boot and just fling it into the wings. And like does this like 4 or 5 times. Like his tour manager's like having to run out and grab these boots and just kind of compile them. At some point, I go side stage to watch, and some of Randall's band is there watching because we'd been invited to watch from there. And at some point, like Billy grabs a boot and flings it, and it comes within like it lands like I don't know how wide this camera is going to be, this angle, but like if I'm standing right where I am, it lands like right here in front of me, and like bounces, hits me, and I'm just like, well, I mean,
lawsuit.
Yeah, no,
I'm kidding.
I'm just like, well, if anybody's gonna hit me with a boot, like I'm okay.
It's
with
gonna
it
be
being from
Billy.
Billy.
Yeah,
Currington.
it's cool.
But the funny thing was, like, as soon as the song, as soon as he stopped singing and was like, "Good night, boys, thank you so much," then he would like start like, then he went around and started signing everything.
Oh my god!
And then I think he eventually, I can't remember how those people got their stuff back. I don't know if he signed everything and then like had his tour manager go out front or like what the deal was.
Everything just gets thrown back.
No,
or
it didn't
they
get
leave
thrown
it.
back. No, his tour manager had like it all compiled and like put it in a bucket. And
All right,
eventually,
take what you
like,
can.
yeah, like, hey, if this
my
is your
gosh.
thing. And the funny thing was, the next night in Salt Lake City, like the same sort of thing happened. You know, Randall at the end of every night, like he'll go,
go down there.
Yeah, he'll sign stuff. And in Salt Lake City and Boise, Billy had a catwalk thrust type deal, so he would go down the end of that and sign stuff. And in Salt Lake City, there was, I think that place had a cap of 5,000 maybe,
Wow.
and I think about 4,000 of them showed up for Randall's set, which was
Dang.
unreal to walk out to. Because, like, not that any of the crowds are bad, but, like, you know, like, you just walk out sometimes like, oh, okay, cool, there's people there.
Yeah.
But, like, that night was the first one where I, like, walked out. I was like,
Dang.
there's a lot of people here. Like, this is really loud.
And that's also like your first time experiencing like a tour too.
Yeah.
Dope.
So, but that night in Salt Lake City, people want stuff autographed. So, like, people, like, have people along the thrust, like, of course, are getting their stuff.
Yeah.
But then also there's people, like, in the back that want their stuff signed. So they were, like, passing everything forward. And, like, there would be, like, a train swarming. So, like,
Oh my
he would
gosh.
sign something and he'd hand it back and you would just see a boot. Like, you'd see a boot come from, like, in the middle of the crowd all the way up to the thrust. Randall would sign it, give it back, make its way all the way back. I have video of that, too. That was awesome just to see that team effort.
Where was this again?
This is in Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City. That's
Yeah.
a weird place to pull.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was that night. The first night was just Billy and Randall, but the second night was Billy, Kip Moore, and then Randall. And so apparently, like, Kip loves Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City loves him. So I think that helped too. A lot of
Yeah.
people showing up early to get to see him. But yeah, that was. I've told this to a couple people where I'm glad that was my first experience touring, because it wasn't like some gigantic, like, you know, arena tour like we have here tonight. That's like, you know, 10 trucks and 7 buses
Yeah.
and just gigantic production, and you don't really. I'm not saying this is the case with the camp that's here at this arena, but like, it's like you don't really get to know everybody. Like, you just kind of like
Yeah.
have to stick with who's in your, like, sort of camp. But I'm also glad it wasn't like a van life type deal.
Yeah,
like crisscrossing the northeast or the northwest. My
Yeah,
bad. I had to think
that
of-
is not fun.
yeah, in a van or a Sprinter or something like that.
I mean, hell, I did a van from Texas to Kansas, and that sucked.
God, I can't imagine.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, it was still on a bus. Like, still had a great band, great crew, just awesome people
Yeah.
all around in Randall's camp. And so, I'll be forever grateful to him for letting me do that and for just always being willing to help.
Yeah.
And like just reaching out. Like, I've done a handful of things with him since then. Saw you and Helotus for King Fest.
Yeah, we
Did
ended
Call
up
Station the night
we ended
before.
up working together.
Yeah.
It was me, you, and our good old buddy Keith Matchett. Buddy, you need to get on this dang podcast already.
He was supposed to be on that day,
He was
wasn't
supposed
he?
to, but he didn't. He was like, I need more experience, man. And then literally 2 weeks later, he was like, man, we should have done it. And I'm like, I know, man.
Yeah, I tried to tell you.
But he was like, no. So we're going to get him on here. And it's probably going to be the funniest podcast
It will.
episode.
That will be awesome. I can't wait to hear it personally.
It's going to be something.
It's going to be a mess. But it's going to be a mess in the best way possible.
It honestly will.
Yeah.
My gosh. But yeah, we ended up touring together for a little bit.
Yeah.
And that was cool. That was cool. We had, me and Keith, a hybrid, and then you were doing photos. And,
Yeah.
which is honestly, came out super handy.
Yes.
It really did.
Yeah. Which, when I first heard that it was going to be all three of us, I was like, kind of just like,
You're like,
do
okay,
we really,
what are we going to do?
Well, it was more so just like, how are all three of us going to be useful? Like, is
Exactly.
there going to be like, is there really a need for all three of us?
Turns out there
And,
was.
like, yeah, which was nice because like I'm not great at video. Like I do it, but I'm not great at it. But just kind of stuck to my video stuff or stuck to my photo stuff. You did all the video. Keith was just kind of there in between for whatever was needed. It was nice. And that was my first time at Floors too for a show. Yeah. I had been there for lunch at one point, just, to stop in and see it. You're in town, but yeah, that was my first time ever seeing a show there.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. Just I know the history of it, obviously, like how legendary it is. And obviously all the lore with Willie and him living in that green room and playing there every week to pay off a debt, pretty much. But like sitting on that couch in there, I'm just thinking like, man, like he
Willie
slept
stepped
here.
on your-
Like that's wild to me.
And that's
all
pretty
this-
cool, man.
Yeah.
That you saw your first experience there was like the whole thing. You saw the whole thing. And same with me. My first time at Floors, I saw the whole thing. And it was a bucket list place for me also.
For sure.
And pretty grateful to it being your first time and you just see everything that.
Yeah, and to have
talks
so
about.
many awesome people there
Yeah, too.
because that whole lineup was great.
Yeah,
and
we
then
had, what was it? It was Wynn Williams, Josh Ward,
and
Kinfo.
Kinfo. Yeah, and then the inside was who's inside?
It was Brittany. It was
Britt, David Lewis, Dan Smalley was there. Adam Hood.
Adam Hood,
God, that was so good.
He is amazing.
That was unreal. And then Drew Kennedy, which our Portillo apparently is the reason why he got on that bill, is what I got told.
Really?
Yeah, because Randall was like trying to find like a last person to round it out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember him talking about this.
Yeah, and Art was pretty much just like, man, like try to get Drew Kennedy because Art loves him. And he's like, try to get Drew Kennedy. He's like, all right, I'll make a phone call. And sure enough, made a phone call.
They all showed up.
Yeah.
That round was just amazing.
Yeah, that was just so good. There was no right for that many talented people to be there.
Yeah. And what I like about Randall's King Fest, the way that he's doing it is he's trying to build that bridge between Texas and Nashville.
Yeah.
And that's why like he has like the headline stage, which is like the full band acts, but also he does the small acoustic stage, which is just like Writers Rounds, how they do it in Nashville.
Exactly.
And it's just so cool to see that and just, setting like planting those seeds out there just to get people experience with
Absolutely.
what they do in Nashville.
Yeah.
And especially with like songwriters like that, like Drew writing tons of hit songs or like #1 radio songs for like countless people. Like who is it? Randy Rogers.
Yeah.
He's written so much for Randy Rogers.
Exactly.
And just Dan having such a good bond with Randall too, even with Randall's songs too. He's
absolutely.
And then just Adam Hood being the legend he is.
Adam Hood being Adam Hood,
Oh man, that was a round.
Yeah, that was so darn
cool.
good.
Yeah. But yeah, we did that, and then what else? What else have you? I think I saw you. Where was that at before that in Floors?
Before Floors, where did I see you?
Did I?
I don't think you did. Because I'm trying to think. We did this in May the last time.
Okay, you didn't come to Nashville.
No, I wasn't at Nashville. I don't know where it would have been. No, I don't think I'd seen you. Because I'm trying to think. I saw you there and then saw you at Two Step a couple weeks ago. And then here we are now.
Yeah, we'll get to Two Step here in a second.
Yeah, but trying to think. Speaking of Willie, I got to shoot Willie Nelson.
That's right.
That was,
yeah.
that was
Concrete
pretty
Street.
unreal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was that was one of the most like insane kind of runs of my life.
Yeah.
Like the few weeks from this starts like I think right after ACL. I think it's the Tuesday after ACL. I'm just in class. I think I was in a finance class, and I'm like on Excel, like trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing, because I'm not good at math. I take pictures, but
Take pictures.
Yeah, but
I was gonna know how much shutter's left.
yeah, I gotta know how many more pictures I can take. But I'm there, and I get a text from Marcel Ramirez, who's the marketing director there. Absolute sweetheart. She's the reason I ever got plugged in at Brewster's and Concrete.
Really?
Yeah, that's another story for another time. I can tell it at some point. But I get a text from her, and it just says, like, hi. There's like 10 eyes on it. And I'm immediately like freaking out because I'm just like, did I say something wrong? Did I do something wrong?
Oh, no, what's going on?
Did I step over somebody's toes? Like, what did I do wrong? Like, am I about to get banned? And I was just like, I think I literally sent back to her. I was like, I'm kind of concerned for whatever's coming next. And she just like, ha, 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 ha. And then like another few minutes go by and you can see her typing, and I'm just like, the anxiety is like building a little more and more.
Just making it tense.
Yeah. And
the
then
tension
just,
is building.
Yeah. Then just on my screen, I see, hey, we get one photographer for Willie. Do you want it? I was just like,
just straight to the point.
yeah, I was just like, I like had to stop and stare at it for a second. And I was just like looking at it, and I'm just like,
What?
yeah, I'll figure out how to get home. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, yes. And so it was just like, all right, cool. I'll put you on the email chain. I was just like, okay. And so, yeah, I like 10 minutes later, I get an email, and it's just like, hi. It's with his publicist. She's like, hi, I think Eleni her name, or Elaine, something like that.
Elaine, I think.
Yeah. She's like, hi, Elaine. This is Andrew Waters. He's our house photographer, this, that, yada, yada, yada. He's our photographer. Like, can you plug him in? Like, let him know, like, what his rules are, what this and that. And, I mean, I didn't care. No matter what she said, I was going to say yes. So, like, she, like, sends the rules, and a lot of it's basic, like, first 2 songs, like no video, and then there's some of the worst stuff that's just like, hey, you can't use this on your personal socials, can't use this on your portfolio, you can't obviously like can't sell any of these pictures.
Willie's publishers is
She's
very
mean.
yeah.
I'll say it because
She is very strict.
Yes, that's a more professional way to
She's
say it.
very strict, especially when it comes to Willie.
Absolutely. And so, like, I just reached out one more time. I was just like, yeah, I just want to confirm, like, I can't use this on my own social. She's like, no, venue only can use it. I was like, all right, cool, I agree. And then texted my parents. I was just like, yeah, because I think I'd just seen my parents the weekend before. They'd come up because my younger brother plays baseball at Midland College down the road from us. And so I had seen him that weekend before. And I just told him, like, hey, I'm coming home again. Like, can we look at flights? And they're like, why? I think they were concerned too when I first said that. I was just like,
very vague.
I got approved to shoot Willie Nelson. And my mom was like, oh yeah, we'll look at flights tonight. Like, we'll do that right now.
Oh my gosh.
And so flew home the day of the show. That was homecoming here because Midland played right over there in Urbanovsky Park the night before homecoming. Mm-hmm. And so I'd done that, go home, pack everything. I have like a 7 a.m. flight or something like that. And I'm just like, I'm like telling myself, like, it's for Willie, it's for Willie, it's for Willie, it's for Willie, it's okay, it's for Willie. And so I fly home, go get lunch with my mom as soon as I get back, kind of like just do some stuff around the house, get stuff packed, and then go over there to Concrete Street and, just hang out with everybody for a little bit and watch Tech get obliterated by Baylor on homecoming, which kind of made me glad I wasn't here for that game.
The Butt Bowl.
Oh, my God. The Butt Bowl.
The Butt Bowl.
Texas Tech lost the Butt Bowl in football very, very badly.
To clarify, it's Baylor University, BU,
and then
Texas Tech, TT. Merge those together.
You get a butt.
You get butt, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, that... God, I don't want to talk about that game. But gates open, and, like, Marcel's like, all right, let's go get your credential real quick. And so I go follow her. And I didn't really get to talk to his tour manager at all, but it was just like, hey, like, yeah, here's your sticker, and make sure you wear this mask. And this whole time, mind you, I'm under the assumption like I'm gonna be at the soundboard. I'm gonna be like a mile away. I brought a zoom lens. I think I had Blake because Blake shoots Sony, so he didn't bring me something. But I had like he brought me a monopod, just so like when I'm obviously shaking because I'm shooting Willie Nelson, I don't have to worry about it because I have a monopod that keeps everything stuck. Mm-hmm. And so this whole time I'm under that assumption. And so like he's like, yeah, here's your sticker and just wear this mask when you're in the pit. I was just like, when I'm what? It's like,
you were feet from Willie.
Yeah. Like I mean, I couldn't have because I was wearing a mask, but like I could have spit on him. Like I was that close. Not like I'd ever need to, but like just to talk about how close I was. But
there could have been a better way to say that, but I
just think of the phrase like within spitting distance of him.
Within spitting.
Well, because like, what am I gonna say? Like, oh yeah, I could throw something to him. Like, I'm not gonna throw anything at Willie Nelson.
Within talking distance, that would have been better.
Yeah, that could have worked.
Spitting distance.
Yeah,
I mean, to each their own.
Yeah. It's the first thing I thought of. If we want like actual like sort of thing, probably like from where I'm sitting to where that camera is right there, high camera, that's about how close Willie was to me. And I am just losing my mind. Like, because and like Keller Cox had opened that show, Baker Blankenship had opened that show. It was a pretty good bill. And like those two guys, like it's cool because like, they're younger dudes that are, I think Baker's like 18 maybe, 18 or 19.
I think he's 19.
Yeah.
At the time, probably 18.
Yeah. And then Keller's younger too. I'm not sure how old he is.
Keller, he's around our age. I think he's like 26 or 27.
Okay. But still, like I'm seeing those guys like, oh yeah, cool. Like it's Keller Cox. Hey, that's Baker Blankenship. And
compare
then, like,
these two guys. If you put those two guys and combine their age, it's like half of Willie.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think. How young talent is coming up.
Yeah, well, Ty Myers,
old timers are still going.
Ty Myers played here in February or in March, and I got to interview him before that show, and I was talking to him about I think the first time he'd played at Cook's, he was on the big stage opening for Willie Nelson. He's like 16 at the time.
Oh, man,
which could you imagine being 16 years old and your first time playing, or one of your first times playing in Lubbock, Texas, is opening for Willie Nelson at Cook's Garage on the big stage in front of 12,000 people.
That is
I would be terrified. I was terrified doing one-act play competitions in high school, and that's out there to like 50 people. I cannot imagine being 16 and singing songs to 12,000 people before Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
Just unreal. But yeah, I honestly, I kind of blacked out during Willie's set.
Really?
Like, I just like kind of like, he walks out, I'm like, oh my God. And just start taking pictures. And just before I know it, 3 songs are up. And I'm just like, well, damn. I like had to go like sit on the lawn for a second and just be like, did that just happen?
You didn't even remember what the first 3 songs were?
No, I remember because it's the first 3 songs he's been playing for about a decade at this point. Whiskey River, Stay All Night, Stay a Little Longer, and then Still Moving.
Yep.
Or was it? No, he didn't play.
It's either.
Did he play Stay All Night?
Well, Stay All Night, from what I remember,
it was a medley. It was a medley.
From the last time I saw him, Stay All Night was kind of like in the middle-ish. But I know he always opens with
Whiskey River. Yeah. He played Bloody Mary. I think the first one, I accidentally combined song 1 and 2. But it felt like a medley because it was, no, I think that was, was it? I can't remember totally. I know for sure I heard Still Moving. I heard Whiskey River, and I heard Bloody Mary Morning. And I think Stay All Night might have been mixed in with that medley.
And then after that, it's normally like, what was it?
I can't remember after that because I was just like I was more worried about grabbing my stuff and like trying to get to the back. So
I think after that was Mama's Don't Let Your Babies Screw Up to Be Cowboys. It's somewhere in the beginning. Yeah. That's what I know.
Yeah, that song's early. What was I can remember? I can hear it right now, and I can't think of the name. Oh, I Never Cared for You, I think is what he played next. Yeah. No, I Never Cared for You. Yeah, something like that.
I love it whenever Willie does his set, and then like in between, he'll get like the crowd to interact.
Yeah,
and then he'll just like be like, but, and then he'll like go off to the side.
Yeah,
and then he'll be like, I hear you.
Yeah,
I was like, That's so funny. You know, he'll do
Yeah.
a little this, a little chin up.
Yeah,
I hear you.
it's something like that.
God,
Yeah.
man. God bless Willie Nelson. He
For sure.
is such an American icon. You know
Absolutely.
what? He's an icon of the world.
Yeah.
Everybody
that-
knows who
yeah.
Willie Nelson is.
And that was the thing. Like, when that show got announced, like, so many people on Facebook were pissed off about it for some reason. Which, I mean, it's Facebook.
The reputation that Concrete Street has is very weird because, like, they'll announce a really good show and then people will get mad.
Yeah.
And then they'll announce what the people want and then the other people will get mad.
So, a thing that Corpus is a city that has a lot of metal fans.
That's
a lot of metal
exactly
and a lot of rock fans.
what I saw, too.
Yeah. And so, you know, obviously they want rock and metal shows at Concrete Street, which is valid, personally. I would love a few more, too, honestly. But the main thing is, like, if people in Corpus want to see a really good, like, let's say Deftones, for example. Like, if people in Corpus want to go see Deftones, they would have had to drive to San Antonio or to Houston because they're at a level now where they're not going to play Concrete Street anymore because just, like, the level of production they have
Yeah.
and the fact that kids on TikTok found them, they're having a huge resurgence, and it's like it's crazy to book them, and their tickets are crazy expensive. But it's the also sort of deal where, like, I think when that Willie show got announced, one of the old talent buyers was in the comment section, and somebody had said something like, why don't you book like rock and metal shows anymore? Like, bring us Slipknot, bring us like Lamb of God, like bring us something like that. And the old talent buyer, he's in the comment section, he just goes, when we booked those bands, none of y'all showed up.
That is true. That's
Yeah.
exactly true.
It's like, we booked these bands for y'all and y'all wouldn't buy tickets. So we stopped booking them and we started booking stuff that sells because, you know, we have a venue to keep open.
True.
Yeah.
And you got to give it to them. And it's working.
Yes. Yeah. Because, I mean, I do love when they go outside the box sometimes. Same with Cooks, too. Just because those are the two comparables I can think of.
Cooks when they do those raves.
Yeah. The one time they had Steve Aoki.
Steve Aoki.
Whatever.
It's Aoki.
Whatever.
Not Aoki.
But, like, in August, Train is playing at Concrete Street.
That is
Like,
so...
that's going to be awesome.
Oh my
I'm not going to be
gosh.
there for that show, but that's going to be sick just to have, you know, Train playing in Corpus. Because, like, when are you going to see that again?
Oh, Train's coming to town.
Yeah. Honey, load up the car. We got to go see Hey Soul Sister.
So that sounds like a pretty busy summer. And
Summer and fall, somewhat.
Yeah.
Pretty busy, honestly, everything.
but then
for being
now
real.
you're back here in Lubbock.
Yeah.
After you hinted off a little bit the last time that you were going to come back. And now we're here.
Yeah.
So how are things going now that you made a comeback? Especially now that you're back at the station.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. I love all the people here. I love all the new
Like
stuff
how you
we
said,
brought in.
"Hey, I'm not going to come back."
I don't think I ever said I'm not going to come
You
back.
said,
I did have to really truly think about it for
Yeah.
a second.
I
'Cause
made you made your farewell and everything. And
yeah, like I made a huge deal about it, and then I was kind of like, well, yeah, I'm back.
like LCD sound system.
Yes.
There you go.
I had the chance to see them on Wednesday with our good buddy Zach and another buddy of mine, Mr. Jaden Aguilar. And because of the fact that I've traveled so much the past couple weeks, I had to sell that ticket, which hurt, but I'll see them again at some point. It's a
man.
bummer.
Oh, you'll see them later this year, won't you?
Maybe, hopefully. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope they play ACL. That'd be awesome.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, now you're back, and so how are things going now? Adjusting, coming from, I guess you're still doing the same major. What was it?
No, so I did my undergrad in history, but I'm doing my master's in business administration.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm in the business college now, which, you know, there's tough classes like the accounting, the finance, the math stuff, but the rest of the business school stereotypes I can confirm are kind of true. So, yeah, because there's like how it started was the first class I had was, what was it called? Something like engineering or like technology something. I can't remember what it was or what it was called, but it was essentially just, there's an office on campus called the Office of Research and Commercialization. That's what it was. Technology commercialization is what the class was called.
Yeah.
And our professor just kind of picked a technology at random from that office. It was just like, hey, like, this is what we're going to do. This is a technology that's patent pending. Make a product around it.
Wow.
And so not like we're actually going to take this to market or anything, but like develop a plan to make a product around this. So the first class is we make the product. And then the second class was like marketing class. And it was like, all right, now you need to figure out like how to market this product, how to price it, how to do whatever with it. And then the third class was called Advanced Professional Selling. And that was like, okay, now how do you actually sell this to people and actually make this appealing? So, I mean, the marketing class wasn't bad. The selling class wasn't bad because it's pretty much just like, with selling at least, it's just kind of personality.
Yeah.
Like there's basics you need to know of like, you know, how to like format stuff, but a lot of it's just personality and just being a good communicator. So I wasn't too crazy, but yeah, I've been loving it back here. I love Lubbock. I love West Texas. I'm so glad I ended up back here. Because I was like halfway through applying for this same program at Texas State. And I got about halfway through that application and then got my letter of acceptance back here. So I was like, well, I'm going to worry about it anymore.
We're coming back.
It was the same sort of deal for undergrad. I don't know if I told that story or not, but like I was like applying to, I think I had applied here and I had applied to Stephen F. Austin. It was either Stephen F. Austin or Tarleton, one of the purple schools.
Purple schools.
But yeah, but it was like the same sort of deal. I was applying to UT, I was applying to U of H, and I was applying, I think, to Texas State. And then went to dinner with my parents one night, and they said, hey, we got these in the mail. It's acceptance letter to Tech, acceptance letter to, I think it was Tarleton. And I was like, well, makes my whole life a whole lot easier. So it's been that way both times. So yeah, and especially now, like, not everyone is great, but a lot of our sports teams have been pretty on fire recently. And part of my privilege here, at least, is I didn't do it for football, but we get credentialed for athletic stuff. And so I can go shoot. If I wanted to, I can go shoot football games. I've been scared to do it most of the time.
And by the way, how was it like when you came back here to the station?
I mean, everybody was happy.
Yeah.
Except for our general manager, who him and I have been trying to fire each other for the past year. If he was here and saw me in this, he'd walk in and be like, what are you doing? And I'm like, a little podcast. And he'd be like, you're fired, and walk out.
Oh my gosh.
So, but still, I love the whole staff here. And I didn't really tell anybody, honestly.
Really?
When
You
I
just
first came
showed
back,
up?
I told a couple people, but I didn't really let anybody know until like right before the first day of classes.
Wow.
Where I made that post and had like the graphic made, which shout out to my buddy Drew Strachan. He works for, I think he works for Alabama and helps out with their graphic design stuff. But
Committed.
yeah, because he had told me early on, like, if you end up like going to law school or doing your master's, like, let me know, like, I'll make a graphic for you. So I took him up on that, and it was awesome. But
Pull it up on the screen here.
yeah, but like, I didn't really tell anybody. And then I had my buddy Peter, who's a guitar player. He's a singer-songwriter in this little scene. One of my best friends here. He was playing guitar with a guy named Lee Reeves in Urbanovsky at this like kind of kickoff event they have. He's like, hey, what are you doing? I think it was August 31st was the date. He's like, what are you doing August 31st? And I was just like, or it's like, I don't know. Why? What's up? He's like, oh, wait, no, that wasn't. He had asked me, like, do you know any photographers that could be here August 31st to shoot for us? I was like, is it for like the Radar Roundup thing? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'll be there. He's like, you're going to drive all the way up from Corpus for that? And I was like, no, I'm going to drive all the way up from Corpus so I can move into my apartment and start my master's. He was like, you're what? And so just kind of slowly but surely, I just kind of let everybody know, like, yeah, back around. So
He back.
Yeah. Somehow, I always make the joke, like, back by unpopular demand. It's me. Can't get rid of me yet.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, but yeah, now you're back. Now you're still. What you got? Like another 2 more years now?
No, I have another 2 semesters.
2 semesters. Oh, that's quick.
Yeah. So I have the summer and then the fall, and then I'm done.
Wow, that's quick.
Yeah, it was supposed to be August, but I have. I didn't realize I needed like a concentration type deal. Nobody told me that, so I had to add marketing analytics on. So, which was what I wanted to do anyways. But it's like 3 more classes I had to add on, which keeps me here another semester. So we're good.
So you mentioned earlier how now you're back at the station and now you're getting like a bunch of these credentials again for the school. And I saw that you were recently at you did March Madness.
Yeah.
So okay, so Tech was doing so good, man.
I don't want to talk about it.
Gosh, we got robbed.
I want to say like if we were gonna lose to anyone, I'm glad it's Florida because they're the national champion. But God,
that is fair.
God, I hate Florida.
That is fair.
They got lucky their whole way.
But you actually went out to Kansas to go
Yes.
see the Sweet 16?
No, it was the first 2 rounds.
The first 2 rounds.
Round of 64, round of 32.
You guys and the whole KTXT crew?
Yeah. Me, our sports director, Tim, and another one of our reporters, Cade, all went up there. Our last reporter, Macy, she was in Port A for spring break, and it was going to be kind of tough to drag her away from that. So, I didn't really blame her. I didn't blame her at all for that. But, yeah. So, how it really works is, like, we live tweet basketball games, and, like, I go take pictures, so for stock use and for like social medias, stuff like that. We used to do recaps after every game, but we've kind of fallen off of that, which I hope makes a comeback because it gives me kind of more purpose to be there. But regardless, there's Wes Bloomquist, who's the sports information director for basketball, pretty much like basketball's publicist. He has an email list of everybody that like is like covering the team all year pretty much. And so Selection Sunday happens. And that's where like they field all 68 teams that are going to be in the tournament. They figure out like what seed you are, what side of the bracket you're in, what region you're in, and where you're going to play. And so I had told myself this was the Sunday before spring break. I was coming back from Dallas, and I had already made up my mind like, hey, like if we're in Wichita or Denver, I'm going. Like there's no negotiables. Like I'm going to go. I'm going to try to shoot it. Like if not, I'm going to find the cheapest ticket I can just to get inside the door and watch a team I love play in the tournament. And so we get the email on Sunday after the whole bracket's revealed. Tech was like one of the last teams to get fielded, which was, or the region we were in was the last one to get revealed, which we were a 3 seed. We were super high, but still like it was just, or no, we were a 4 seed, but still like just, it was annoying. No, we were a 3 seed. I'm sorry to like get scatterbrained about this, but like you wait till the end of it, and then that night we get the email like, "Hey, here's your link to apply for credentials for the round of 64 and 32 in Wichita, Kansas." And so our sports director got it, and then like originally it was just like, "Oh yeah, like send me the link, I'll fill it out, I'll do it." And then our sports director gets it, and he's like, "Actually, we're on spring break. We could make this happen." And so we apply. We all got approved.
Packed up the van.
We pretty much loaded up my car, and then Cade, who was me and Tim, drove from here. I picked him up at his apartment, and we all went up. And then Cade lives in Arlington, I want to say, somewhere in the DFW area. So he drove up the next day. And so it's a wild experience.
Really?
Honestly. Because,
I mean, with that many teams.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Well, that and then just how many people are there, not just as fans, but like also like how much press is there. Wow. Like there is like, so how, like you get to the arena and like you check in, you get your credentials, and there's a ginormous media room there for like, there's, I don't know how many, it was gigantic. And there's just all these reporters from both national outlets and from all the teams and from just everything you could think of. And, you know, there's also like our athletic director was hanging out there, and the commissioner of the Big 12 was hanging out there the second day we were there. Or no, it was the first night, because that was the first day they played. The commissioner of the Big 12, Brett Yormark, and Kirby Hocutt, our athletic director, they were sitting in front of me watching Kansas and St. John's play on a TV in the media room. But it's so well run for how many people they have there.
Yeah.
And like they have everything down to a T. Like press conferences, they have it like that like nobody's ever late. Nobody ever goes past their time. And the moderators they have like are really good at their jobs to like know like, hey, we can have this many questions. Or like, hey, I know this person might go a little longer, so we'll let you have the last question.
Yeah.
Or just things like that. And then as far as shooting it goes and being in that atmosphere,
Must have been crazy.
oh my God. Do you watch those games on TV all the time? And it's
huge.
Just as magic
Really?
as you think it is on TV. Because like I'll run through like the first day Houston played SIUE. That game was awful because Houston's a 1 seed. I personally think they were the best team in the country for the majority of the year. And maybe that's biased because they're in our conference, but they were a really, really damn good team. And they're playing a 16 seed that like won their conference tournament, like got a bid because of that. Like it was just kind of like
Kind of a little unfair, but I mean, hey.
yeah. And then second
It's the
game,
NCAA.
yeah. And then second game, Gonzaga played Georgia, and I was really looking forward to that one because Gonzaga was an 8 seed, Georgia was a 9 seed. I'm like, all right, so these are two teams like should be on the same level. It's going to be a battle. These teams are going to no. It was like I think it was 20-0 at the first time out, Gonzaga. And I was just like, what are we doing here? So I left at halftime to go change and get all my stuff and came back, and Drake and Mizzou were playing. And that game was awesome. That was probably the best game I saw that first day.
Yeah.
Just because that was between just the fact that those two teams fought really hard. And then also Drake is in Des Moines, Iowa, which is like a 4-hour drive. Mizzou, Missouri, obviously like a little bit away. And for like those teams both traveled extremely well. It felt like home games for both of them.
That's crazy.
Like it was a true neutral site game. And then time passes and eventually Tech plays UNCW. It's like a UTSA type school.
Yeah.
Like North Carolina at Wilmington, I think is what it's called. But that game was great just like because like the arena we're going to be in tonight with John Party. Like I've been courtside there watching this team play so many times. And the atmosphere inside that arena for a basketball game when it's full, oh my God. Like there are few things that top it. There are really few things, I think. In my time here at Tech, two of my top 3 favorite sports memories are in that arena for basketball games. Yeah. One of them was the third one was when Houston played here, because that was a game where like to piggyback kind of UT was in the Big 12 conference for a little while. UT and Texas Tech don't like each other. I really don't like UT forever, horns down. But so obviously rivals draw.
Yeah.
And so my freshman year, that game wasn't really like remarkable. Like just, okay, yeah, UT's here. It was also COVID, so it was like a third capacity, I think. So like it wasn't really remarkable. And then over that off season, Chris Beard, who was our coach at the time, news kind of casually breaks that he's out at Texas Tech and he's accepting a job at Texas.
It lit the flame.
Which went over about as well as you think it would go over when just knowing these two schools and knowing how much Chris Beard did for this school. Because he took us to the national championship in 2019. He took this school to heights that really like were never even fathomable.
Yeah.
Like before he started here. And so he goes to Texas. His like top assistant Mark Adams comes over or stays here. There's a story where like Beard saved him a seat on the plane. Like, Mark, like, come on, like we can keep doing this together. Like you got a job, you can get like even more money. Like there's a spot on this plane for you to fly to Austin with me. And Mark told him, nope, I want to stay here. So Mark Adams takes over, and still to this day, probably the best experience I've had here at any sort of sports game was the game when Chris Beard came back.
My gosh, I remember watching
here.
that game. Holy crap.
You think it's wild on TV? Wait till you're in that arena. I think like I want to say the arena that night peaked at like 120 decibels.
Oh my gosh.
Crowd noise. That was unreal. And I want to say it was a top 15 matchup at that point. I want to say we were like 12. Texas was like 9 or something like that. We were really close in rankings, and we were really both highly ranked. And that game was an absolute madhouse.
Yeah.
And there was great energy in that arena for that because A, it was, hey, we hate Chris Beard. We want to see this asshole lose. And then B, it was also, hey, these two teams are really good. We want to watch good basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And so Tech won that game. Next year, Chris Beard finds himself in a situation where strangles a woman he was with at the time.
The allegations,
and, Guess not allegations.
Oh,
he was arrested for it.
It was true, yeah.
But he gets suspended, then fired. And then also that year, Texas Tech stinks. We are really bad at basketball that year. I think when Texas shows up to play here the second time, we're like 1-10 in conference play.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was really bad. And so we stunk. So people showed up. It was probably like the most full a game had got. But the most full a game had got is like all of the lower bowl of the student section was full. Like there wasn't anybody up in the top. It wasn't a giant wall of students. There was nobody like camping out or like fighting for a spot to get in. So Tech won that game too, but it was kind of empty. Just kind of like, Texas here.
Magic wasn't there yet.
And then the last game, at that time, Mark Adams gets fired because he gets himself into a situation too where he allegedly spits on a player and quotes scripture, something about slaves needing to serve a master.
Oh,
yeah. And so he gets fired, and Grant McCasland, who's our coach now, gets hired. I could talk for hours about how much I love this man, but it's not really relevant to the story. I'm just going to say incredible culture fit, incredible coach. The day he leaves and goes to Baylor when Scott Drew retires, I'm going to cry like a baby because that's about the only job I ever see him leaving to take. But he comes here, he starts coaching, and that's the last time UT is going to play here. Mm-hmm. And again, it's another like huge camp out deal.
Yep.
Like we're good
I remember
again,
seeing that
we're
one
ranked,
also.
and it's a huge deal. And it's another thing where like wall to wall packed. But it's just a complete different energy that night where it's not so much like, hey, we want to watch good basketball. No, it's just pure like, hey, I hate UT. I want to see those idiots lose. I don't care about if these teams are good. I just want to see them lose. And that game was awful. Tech got their asses handed to them.
Yep.
That was a really physical game, and McCasland prides himself on physicality a lot. So for a team to come into our house and out physical us, he didn't take that well. And for some reason, we weren't really prepared for that game, and that just like was just bad.
It's heartbreaking.
It was just bad.
It was heartbreaking.
Yeah. But all this to say, when Houston came and played here, there's backstory to that too, where we played in Houston in February, and 4 minutes into that game, JT Toppin, who's All-American, just absolute stud. He's getting about $4 million in NIL money to get back and play here again this year. But he goes up to pass the ball, jumps up. He's left-handed, so with his right hand, tries to throw a ball across the court. With it, kind of kicks his leg out because, you need momentum to do that. And while he kicks his leg out, he kicks Houston player in the the section of your body that you don't want to get.
I saw that all over Twitter.
Yeah. And so that happens, and like ball gets passed around. Elijah Hawkins shoots a 3, timeout because Houston guy is on the ground, like trying to regain his composure. And so both teams go to timeout, and like as timeout happens, referees are like, "Hey, let's take a look at this real quick." And they don't tell anybody this, but let's take a look at this real quick. So go over to the monitor, they watch the replay, and like it gets near the end of the timeout, and referee comes on the microphone. And he's like, "Red number 15, who's JT Toppin?" He's like, "Red number 15 has been assessed a flagrant 2 foul and has been ejected."
Oh man!
And nobody knows. Like the announcers are stunned. the radio broadcasters were stunned because I was driving back from Midland. I was listening to this on the radio.
Oh, man.
And I, like, nobody knows this. And so they come back, and the PA announcer's like, after the timeout, officials reviewed the play and assessed a flagrant 2 foul on JT Toppin of Texas Tech, who has been ejected. And they cut to JT on the screen. He's just like,
What?
Like, me, like what? He's just like in disbelief. And so assistant coach comes and like walks him off, takes him to the locker room. He's just like, what? And so McCaslin, our coach, he's just kind of leaning there. He's like, what happened? And so he gets an iPad, and the iPad doesn't have the replay. So he goes over to the announcer's table and like watches the replay. Turns around. Houston guy's about to shoot free throws. He turns around and he just goes ballistic. He's just like, he's passing the ball. He's passing the ball. Like has like a stat sheet or something in his hand. Just chucks it into the crowd. He gets pissed. So he gets 2 technicals. He gets tossed. And this is all like 4 minutes into the game. Like the game has just started. And so he gets ejected, starts walking away, turns back around, goes back into the huddle, and like starts like punching everybody in the chest, like firing everybody up, like you gotta, blah, blah, blah. Like running around. He's like, all right, get me out of here, and like goes to the ref. He's like, you screwed this game up. Walks off. Tech ends up winning that game, 83-82, I think, in overtime, which is impossible to do in Houston.
Yeah,
that's like they broke like a. God, I don't know. It was like a 30-something game winning streak at home for Houston. So, obviously, when Houston comes back here and they're the number 2 team in the country, and given all that's happened the game before, people are fired up.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that it was another great atmosphere. Like, not a just like, hey, Houston, like, we hate you. It was more of a like, hey, like, both of these teams are awesome, but we want our team to prove that they're the better of the 2.
Yeah.
And I think Tech ended up losing that game by 5, I think. But still, that was the last game I got to shoot here. And just like to like look around and just remember, like, man, like, this is what this can be. This is how special this arena can be.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely got a little emotional that night, as I did before the first round of March Madness. Like, I was just kind of looking around and like just that sort of imposter syndrome, just like, why me? Why am I the guy that's here in Wichita? Like, I'm like looking around, and a bunch of Tech fans had traveled, and I'm seeing the double T all over the place, and I'm just like, man, like, I'm really here, 3 states away, about to watch my team compete for something really, really big. And it was just magic. And I just, man, I love this school. I love the athletic department here, and I love Texas Tech basketball. And yeah, long live the Matador or something.
Something like that. Man, what else did we and then I think the last time I saw you was what, 2-step in?
Yeah.
Like recent?
Very recent. Like a week or 2 ago, I think.
Probably. A couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
actually. Wow. That was a fun one. I mean,
That was a blast.
That was cold.
I mean,
it was my first 2-step. You've been there before,
Yeah,
obviously, since the beginning.
Yeah,
actually.
since the first year. Yeah.
This is my first time.
Which, be lucky you didn't go that first year, because the amount of improvements they've made.
Well, I
since
saw,
then.
man, and I was like, you know what? I was always tempted to go, but like there wasn't a lineup that was like, oh, I need to do this.
Yeah.
But like who was the headliner last year? It wasn't like Cody Johnson or something.
Last year was Cody and Turnpike.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen both of those people,
Yeah.
so it was okay. I'm okay missing that,
Yeah.
but this year's lineup,
Oh,
was
yeah.
honestly pretty insane.
That was another one where I was in class and like had to just stop and like kind of stare at it for a second. I was like, is this? Because they'd done the clues beforehand.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I see.
and I kind of got a little
Yeah.
bit of it, but like I just didn't really understand it
Yeah.
all.
Like the first one is like, it's postcards from Texas, and that's Miranda's album. So
Miranda's
it's like, okay,
album,
cool.
yeah.
Miranda Lambert. Second one, it's a lawnmower cutting grass. And that's where I'm like, oh my God, it's Sturgill Simpson.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be really good. And I'm thinking like, okay, those are 2 headliners. Yeah, this
I don't
is
remember
solid.
the last one.
The last one was Sammy Kershaw, I think, which was a waste of a clue, personally. But Oh well, but like I'm thinking like it gets to lineup day. I'm like, all right, cool. Like Miranda, Sturgill, probably
Are gonna
be a
headline,
good,
yeah.
gonna be a good undercard. Like whatever. And like I had seen Alan's tour poster, and I had like seen the gap, but in my head I'm thinking like, well, like I'm looking at the rest of his tour. I'm like, well, he has like one show a month.
Yeah.
Like him to be skipping April, like
It has
that's
to be.
not. Yeah, it's not completely unheard of. Like I understand that.
Yeah.
But to like refresh the website and see his name pop up, I literally like had to like stop. I almost screamed in the middle of class. I honestly like I like was like blown away, and I was actually texting. I was texting Randall at the time because that was when we were trying to figure out Hawaii and doing his engagement photos there, which is another wild story. But
Yeah, we'll get to that here in a second.
yeah. But I was texting him at the time, and then I see his name pop up. I was like, "Oh, hey, congrats on two-step, by the way." He's like, "Oh, thanks, buddy." But yeah, like that was unreal, and just the undercard was so great too.
Oh,
And-
so many good acts, and
Yeah.
that was. If you didn't go to this two-step, that was one that you had to.
Absolutely.
That was the one.
And it was a sort of deal where I'm looking at the lineup, and I'm like looking at it, I was like, okay, I need to see them. They're a must see. They're a must see. He's a must see. She's a must see. They're a must see. And I'm just looking at it as like, I hate this.
Because
Like,
everybody
how
was
am I
playing.
gonna choose? Yeah, like how am I gonna like see everybody?
Yeah.
I can probably count on one hand the people I like didn't really. Not that I don't want to say like didn't have interest in, but like the people that like I was.
There's like a priority
okay missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a priority for like some certain people's. That
Yeah.
You just had to go.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, having Alan, Miranda,
Mm-hmm.
the same day was pretty huge, and then Sturgill and who was it? Ryan Bingham on the
Bingham, yeah.
yeah, that was crazy. And then everybody else in between, it was just so good.
There wasn't a bad show.
There
the whole
was
weekend.
not a single bad show. I mean, maybe
I didn't see a single bad show.
I saw one bad show.
Who's bad?
I'll keep it. I'll tell you off scene.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but yeah, it was pretty cool. And then also being around with all those people that that are playing the festival.
Yeah.
was just so
Absolutely.
cool.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing for me too. Because
Like
I'm looking
seeing
at the
Randall
poster.
there, and then seeing
Yeah.
Braxton's camp, and then
Yeah.
seeing a bunch of other people. Did you see that JP was there too?
JP. Oh no, I didn't.
Jape was there with Old 60.
Was he?
Yeah.
Damn.
I saw him and was like, what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah.
He was like, oh man, I'm here with Old 60. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
I saw Tanaka from Million Clark Grimes camp around a
with-
couple times.
with the
'cause He was with
Panhandlers.
the Panhandlers, yeah. And Flatland up on the
Saw
big stage.
Nando there.
Yeah. Just seeing Flatland up on that big stage made me so happy.
It made me emotional a little
Yeah.
bit.
I was the same way.
They
Just
deserve
like-
it. They 100%
Yeah.
deserve big crowds.
For sure. And to see I was back by the soundboard, I think, and just for it to be that far back, and for the people, the same with Treaty Oak, like to have
Treaty Oak.
for those
God,
two
we
bands
love
to
Paige.
pull those as big crowds as they did, as dedicated crowds as they did.
And this is during the day also.
Yeah.
This isn't like a sunset set.
No, this is like
this was like
3 o'clock.
This was this was literally the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah.
And just to have just a crowd like that pull up for that, it's just so freaking cool and impressive to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was probably my favorite event. I mean, Larry Joe Taylor has like the similar vibes because it's like, it's all the Texas people. But
Yeah.
if once you get to like the national level, like Two Step in, you get to meet a lot of other cool people.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think Two Step does a great job of bridging the gap too.
It's just so cool because like
Yeah.
there's so much diversity too. There's like
for sure.
There's for example like Treaty Oak also playing, and then who was after that? Nelly.
Yeah, Nelly.
playing the next set, and then you had like
Diplo Saturday night.
Diplo Saturday, and then also we could go back and like see Tracy Bird or Sammy Kershaw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and Leonard Skinnerd. That was
The cover
interesting.
band.
That was interesting. Dude, they played a really good cover of Freebird. They really did. But
Oh boy.
who was your favorite that you've
Sturgill.
on Friday? Or sorry, Saturday.
Saturday, probably Miranda. Honestly.
Miranda had a very
Miranda was unreal. I cried, I think, 3 or 4 times during her set.
she has an
Just
impressive set. Did you see that shirt?
Unreal. Yes,
Yeah.
your Tequila Does shirt.
Yeah, she did so good.
That was awesome. Who else did I see that I really liked Saturday? Flatland, obviously. Alan was just cool to be like as close as I was to him.
Alan was an emotional one for me.
Yeah.
It was really emotional.
Absolutely.
Because, like, I don't know, the guy next to me, he said, man, this is kind of sad because it's like watching your dog.
Oh.
he said, it's like taking your dog on a walk before you put him down. I was like, what?
That is terrible.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this up because you got a radio show to do.
Yep. In about 5 minutes here.
And I got to start heading to that arena. Just to hang out.
Yeah.
Get ready and everything.
See folks.
See
mingle.
Folks, shake hands.
Kiss babies.
Yeah, kiss babies, But, anything else, dude? I think we covered the entire thing.
We covered just about everything. And if we didn't, well, we'll just make this an annual thing.
An annual thing.
Yeah. Just kind of sit here.
And, alrighty, guys. So, my voice recorder died. And, yeah, that's going to be it. So, plan B. Alrighty, so this has been another episode of the Point of View podcast. If you're liking what you're listening to, go ahead and give us a follow on all your streaming platforms. You can follow me on Instagram at travis.fuentes. Andrew?
You can follow me on Instagram at Andrew032302. You can also follow the radio station at The Raider 881.
Alrighty. And, Andrew, you know the deal. What's the song?
Well, it's getting sunny. We're about to hit summer again. There's this band out of Australia I've been really digging recently named Parcels. I love them. This song I've been digging recently is called Tied Up Right Now. So, yeah, a little groovy summer tune. Thanks for having me, Travis.
Thank you, buddy. See you next year.
Yeah. See you at the end of next season.
Oh, my gosh. And, yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
As I look out, you're warning me. Your thoughts devour my point of view. It's true, I cower when I will speak. So let's get round to why I will be the first in line to open up, so I don't mind to give you all. So let's get round to why the one I need is tied up right now. So let's just wait a while. The one I need is tied up right now. So let's not draw the line, 'cause I can't make my mind up right now. So let's just wait a while. The one I